I think we should start now. So good evening to all of you. We are going to take around 1 hour in the entire session. ये 1 घंटे में, in this 1 hour, we have divided the session into 3 parts. The first part is my communication around 30 minutes. Then 5 to 10 minutes, Mr. Raghavan will be sharing his experience relating to CMA US journey. Then in the last 20 minutes, we will be going for Q&A session, whatever any queries anybody has. In my communication, I will be discussing the things in Hindi, English both. If somebody face any problem, then later on you can ask the questions, there is no issue. So, in short, I can say that हम लोग, I mean to say myself, we are teaching in training industry. I am there for more than 25-30 years. And it's a long journey I have covered. As far as CMA US is concerned, I am teaching since last around 10 years. So I am teaching CMA US for last 10 years. And so many students from India and different parts of the world, students have taken classes. Many have cleared both the parts. Some of them could not give the exam because of family issue or job prospects and all that. And many are very successfully placed also. And this is not only in CMA US. This is there in other courses also. Since my lifelong journey, whatever I have done hardcore teaching. So I generally believe in quality teaching, relevant teaching, and continuous learning. Quality learning, relevant learning, and continuous learning. Quality learning, when I say, I want to say that whenever I teach for any course, I don't focus on what is exactly only the syllabus. I always think that students should be getting full knowledge. Student को पूरा ज्ञान होना चाहिए, जिससे कि अगर उसको अपना बिजनेस करना है या उसको कोई कॉर्पोरेट में काम करना है, दोनों चीज वो अच्छे से हैंडल कर पाए. Then relevant learning, always the learning which since we are teaching for the courses, then 50%, 60% time it should be relevant with the course, with the curriculum, because otherwise why the student has joined. And then 30-40% times it is very much practical examples I cover. Then there are students who have studied with me around 10, 12, 20 years back, when they are working in corporates, when they are doing their business, और उनका कोई issues आता है, कोई problem आती है, तो वो लोग अभी भी मेरे से पूछते हैं. So it's not that they have studied, they got the degree, they become chartered accountant, they become CMA, they become ACCA, उसके बाद मैं उनको भूल गया या मेरे को भूल गए. Always the connection is there, that continuous learning process is there, because as per me, and you all believe in this, that learning will never stop. Whatever you achieve in life, learning will never stop. So that's my motto, and I always believe in this, and I am following that in life. Even I have taught, you can say, around so many students, I don't remember the numbers, in last 20-25 years. And more than 95% of the students are satisfied. Because always it's giving my wholehearted everything in whatever I am teaching. That's my motto in life. Now this CMA US course is a blend of so many things. Maybe it's only 2 parts, part 1, part 2. And the students get attracted in the course because of 2 parts. But the main issue with the CMA US is that it covers so many varied areas in the business. If I will take you just 2 to 3 minutes with the syllabus guidelines of the institute. I am on the institute website, and in the institute website, I am taking you to the syllabus. Because my discussion will be there in the class, either on my write-up or the institute website. This is the institute curriculum. which they say as core competencies, skills to be developed in the person who will be doing CMA US. Okay. Now, there is part 1, part 2. There are 2 parts. In part 1, they have covered 6 areas. And in part 2, they are covering 6 areas. That means in total, I will say in simple language, 12 subjects. 12 subjects are covered in 2 parts with the help of 500 marks of exams, but they are covering 12 core skills. In part 1, first part is external financial reporting decisions. You can say preparation of financial statement, PL account, balance sheet, cash flow, statement of changes in equity. The focus is based on US GAAP. Then the second part, planning, budgeting and forecasting, which is related with, I will say, management accounting. Whenever we are working in any organization or you are doing your own business, you need to focus what is going to be the outcome. How can we achieve a target outcome? How can we evaluate the performance of our departments, divisions, managers of the whole organization? Then the third part is performance management, which is mainly related with analyzing the performance. What was our target? What we have achieved? Where the variance is there? Why the variance has arises? Cost management. Controlling cost is most important thing in any organization. So how can we control cost? Internal control in any organization, purchase, sales, production, marketing, administration. This side is not clear. Not clear in the sense, is my voice is clear to everybody? Because one of the persons, Santosh, is saying that he is not able to, he is not getting the voice clarity properly.
No, Sharaf, sorry to disturb you. The voice is clear, but your slide, which is in the background, the content is not clearly visible. I think it's only for me or for everyone. So I just...
No. If it is for one person, then in 2 person, then it must be there. Actually, there are so many things we are using.
So they have everybody started mentioning video not clear, it is blurred. So that's what I also meant.
Acha, 1 second, then. Now, is this clear?
Same, it's blurred. I mean, you can go ahead, but it's blurred. I mean, the words are completely blurred.
Understanding, I think since I am using this and then I am changing the screen, maybe because of that reason. Yes, I have zoomed it. Because since it was slightly not visible, so I have zoomed it. अरे ये रख जूम है तो क्या क्या चीज वर्चुअल
Probably you can continue, Sharaf. I think we'll
हाँ yes, no problem. Actually, I want that I should be showing this. अच्छा ठीक है, 1 second. If I will use another seat. Now, is this the same issue?
Yeah.
Or is it slightly better?
No, it's the same issue.
Same issue. अरे तो वो तो बंद कर दी, तो इधर आ गया वो. We are here. चला गया तो वर्चुअल बैकग्राउंड. Still the problem is there.
Yes, Sharaf.
Acha, no problem. Leave it like that. I'm not sharing the screen. Is now the video and all that are clear?
No, you are very
Okay.
I mean, you can just proceed with the conversation. It's not a problem.
Okay. Because actually you all can refer that, because maybe because so many screens I am using, for that reason it is creating issue. Otherwise, when I take the class, the issue does not arise. One second, one more thing I can do. That. Let's proceed like this only, no issue. I am not sharing the screen. Extremely sorry for the inconvenience, but just that so many things I am using YouTube Live and all that, maybe because of that, the system is getting pressure, it is getting more pressure. No issue. So I am saying that I am not sharing the screen, I am explaining the concept. In CMA US, they have covered accounting, they have covered management accounting, they have covered internal control auditing, they have covered financial appraisal, project appraisal. They have covered mergers and acquisitions. They have covered financial statement analysis, evaluation. They have covered ethics. And they have covered some small other areas also, which are, you can say, 12 areas the institute has covered. Now you think about your business, my business, whether somebody is going in Shark Tank and promoting their business, that they want to do something. What we require in a business? We require to have good accounting knowledge, analyzing data. We require to have good understanding of costing, management accounting. We need to have good understanding of budgeting, forecasting, performance evaluation. We need to be always ethical in our business, in our approach. We need to understand how can we grow our business through organic, inorganic expansion. Organic expansion, capital budgeting, investment appraisals, inorganic expansion, takeovers, mergers, and the other areas which are covered in the CMA US syllabus. As per my understanding, we do any course, but these are the areas which we have to study, whether in Indian Chartered Accountancy or any course. That means the course curriculum is designed in such a way that it is giving you holistic view of the business. Whether you are going to be employed somewhere, whether you are going to do something on your own, not interested in any employment, going to manage your business, then the CMA US is giving you holistic view of the entire business. Marketing, administration, everything. So what happens that when a person study the qualification, not just for getting the degree, but with a sound understanding, as I said, quality learning, relevant learning, continuous learning. When the focus of the student is that, then in a duration of 6 to 8 months, he is getting a gold mine. He is getting some diamond, which he can use, which he can cherish in his whole life. हमें ऐसा चीज मिल रहा है जिसको हम पूरे जीवन भर यूज कर सकते हैं. I mean to say, you will find very less qualification in the world which can give you so much knowledge, so much in-depth knowledge in such a short span of time. And the CMA Institute, I will say, administration, marketing, connection with the employers is going always regularly to the next level. You all know that. So a qualification, an institute established for 50 plus years, 140,000 members, connecting with the corporates to create job opportunities. And according to me, the whole world population, India, China, US, then those who are dominating the population, continuously the knowledge, the energy, information which is required by the organization in a staff are increasing. CMA Institute regularly changing their syllabus, their guidelines. They changed their syllabus in 2020, incorporating the IT areas, which is essential for to be remain in the business and to brain behind the business. We always say that management accountants are what? Brain behind the business. A simple difference between financial accounting and management accounting. Financial accounting, accounting for external public. PL account, balance sheet. Management accounting, accounting for internal purpose. for board members, for managers to take right decisions. And that decisions is not involving only accounting. That is accounting, cost, finance, marketing, HR, every area. Ethics, corporate governance, growth, every area. Which is required not only for employment purpose, which is required if we want to do anything in our life. Because since my childhood, I am hearing globalization of economy, globalization of accounting and all that. Now the question arises that regularly after 1 year, 2 year, the definition of global accounting, global finance, global economy is changing. A small businessman, a small just a Shark Tank has taken to the next level. But then we understand that even a normal person is staying in a rural area, but they are able to take their business to any part of the world. And for taking your business to next level, you require sound understanding, sound knowledge of business ethics. You require sound understanding of business challenges. The exams are not very authenticated type. I mean to say that very numeric type, that the questions came in the exam, I will do some of the questions, I will be able to manage. That is not the purpose of the exam. The purpose of the exam is making you ready for future, making you ready to work in a corporate, making you ready so that you can start your own. Why? You will be searching for the employment only. Why not we can develop our own? But for that skills is required. What can I offer? The CMA US qualification is very much focused on that. And continuously, since I am connected with them for last 10 years, they are focusing that those who are doing the course, they should be getting that benefit and they should be able to develop their life in future for whole life. That is the purpose of the institute. Whenever I teach CMA US, I always say that it's not easy to crack. That means that somebody will think that part 1, part 2, दो exam देना है, फटाफट हो जाएगा. Not like that. You need to give your efforts. You need to give your efforts in concept clarity. And my classes are always focusing on concept clarity. I always say that maybe you are doing 2000 questions. It's not that you can pass the exam or you will be getting confidence. Once you understand the concepts, once you understand the things, wherever you will do questions, you will be able to solve. And not about questions. The more important is wherever we will work, wherever we will go, we will be able to help. Because if I can solve problem, we need to become problem solver. Then in that case, everything I can achieve in life. So in nutshell, I can say that a course which is covering all the aspects of the business, a course which will be giving you opportunity in organizations, a course which will be helping you to develop your own business, a course which will increase your, sharpen your skills, a course which is not taking much of your time. If you are regularly studying 2.5 hours, within 6 to 8 months, you can clear, and the degree which is renowned all over the world. Not only in India, every part of the world you can go, you can establish yourself. The curriculum is designed in such a way. As far as I will say that the cost is concerned, if any course cost you compare, the CMA US cost you will find the lowest. Lowest in the sense because if you compare with any course, whatever comes in your mind, the CMA US course cost is lowest. If somebody is going to do self-study, then it is further lower because you need to just pay to the institute charges, interest fees, registration fees, exam fees, that's over. If you need to purchase some materials, then some materials cost will be there. But then the training classes cost will not be there. If you feel that so many things and all that, I will not be able to study on my own, I require a proper guidance and all that, then me or any organization, because everybody is giving their best. It's not that I am only the best. Everybody is giving their wholehearted support to the students that the student get the benefit out of the classes. So I mean to say that if the student is feeling confident that I can manage on myself, they can study, do self-study. And if the student feel that they should be joining somewhere for a proper guidance, regular support, then in that case, they can join the training classes. They need to do their pros and cons analysis where they should be joining. But whatever you will do, the course will be definitely giving you benefit in life. That's guarantee. And that's not my saying. You can do your research, you will be able to find out. We, since last 10 years, as I said, teaching CMA US for part 1, part 2, In part 1, we teach around 4 months. Again for part 2, 4 months. Like that, the batch continues. It's last 10 years I have taught around 35, 40 batches. So around 15, 20 batches of part 1 and 15, 20 batches of part 2. Most of the batches, 2 to 3, 4 videos are there on YouTube. If you go on Prakash Saraf official YouTube channel, you will be able to find around 40, 50 videos. And each video is of 3 to 4 hours. It's not 10, 20 minutes, just I'm explaining CMA US. Today I'm explaining CMA US. But normally it's a hardcore teaching videos. Any person who want to do self-study, have financial issue, can see those videos, can understand what he need to study, how to plan the study, he can easily pass the exam. Anybody who wants that they should be connected with Saraf Academy or anybody, then they can do a comparative analysis. For that reason, the videos are uploaded for benefit of the general public. The question is that I need to decide in my mind whether I should be doing this qualification, what is the benefit, whether the job opportunities are there, what I am going to study, how long it will take, what it will cost. That way you will be able to decide whether the credibility of the institute is there or not in the market, whether I will be getting growth in life by doing this qualification. Whatever your objective, if it is fulfilled, then you should be thinking along those lines. If you are thinking that it is not going to fulfill my dreams, my purpose, then why you should be doing? But as per my understanding, this is the characteristics of CMA US course, and it can be done, it can be completed in 6 to 8 months if we do regular study of around 2.5 hours regularly. I say in first class, make the schedule, make the routine. Many students, since in CMA US, many are working, they are not getting time, so they go on delaying the exams. That is a big issue in CMA US. If you are at 12 pass out, you can do CMA US. Along with the graduation, it will be complete. If you have already completed graduation, not doing any professional qualification, not done during the time of graduation, you can pursue, you can do, can be completed just in 8 months. If you are working professional, because in CMA US there is a huge crowd who are working professionals, having 25, 30, 35 years of age, but not getting growth because only graduate and 4 or 5 years of experience is not helping the growth in the career. You cannot give so much time, 4 or 5 years to do a course. CMA US is the thing that can help you get the professional qualification, increase your skill, sharpen your skill, and place on the table to the board members or any other organization, you will be able to get the growth. If you are very senior person, 50, 55, 60 years of age, and you were thinking that your knowledge has deteriorated in this time, so many changes have happened, you want to grow your knowledge, skill, sharpen your skill, then this is a course. So it is a short-term course, very well designed, covering most of the areas of the business, and it is available for everybody. Somebody don't have accounting knowledge, coming from IT background, arts, engineering, some different, because many students have taught like that. They don't have any commerce background. Then in that case, they are working in commerce domain. In practical world, they are dealing with those issues, not understanding. Then in that case, when they do the course, they will start understanding everything. There are many students who did the CMA US with me, not because of getting the IMA qualification CMA US degree. They did कि सर जब बोर्ड मेंबर्स के साथ बैठते हैं समझ में नहीं आता है क्या वो लोग बात कर रहे हैं, क्या बजट हो रहा है, क्या अकाउंटिंग है, फिनेंशियल समझ में नहीं आता है, लेकिन सर पढ़ के अब सब समझ में आने लग गया. मैं बोर्ड को हेल्प करता हूं. सर माय पोजीशन हैज ग्रोन एंड आई एम सेटिस्फाइड नाउ सर because I am able to understand, I am able to communicate in commerce language, in finance language. There are so many students. Because there is no bar here that you need to have this qualification, then only you can do this course. The entry is there for everybody. So you understand what a fantastic designed course, covering everything, relevant for everybody, for whole life, giving you a gold, platinum, diamond at a very, very affordable cost. Now it's a student call or professional call, whether they should be doing this course or not and all that. I'm not going into detail of the cost breakup and all that you all can do comparative analysis. As I have said just a few days back also in my YouTube channel, that generally the institute offer a discount in entrance fees and membership fees, 40%, 50%. That to everybody can get. And then the exam fees, that the cost of the institute. The second is, if you are going for self-study, you need to purchase some certified material. If you are going for the training classes, then there is extra charges, otherwise that is not there. So if you consider everything, it will be coming within 1.4 to 1.5 lakh for professionals. Those who are undergraduates, students, it will be coming around 1.1 1.2 lakh maximum, including everything. And your commitment of regular 2 to 2.5 hour study. You will be getting something which you can cherish and which you can use in your entire life for doing whatever you want to do. Because if somebody don't want to study so much, don't want to go into depth of everything, then in that case, they can do CMA US. For them, it will be a very good course. So that, as for my understanding, the basic relating to CMA US, if I will say employment opportunities, you can become accountant, you can become financial analyst, you can become controller, you can become project manager, you can reach to CEO, CFO level, but for that, you need to have relevant work experience along with the qualification, because nobody will be making you CEO, CFO straight away once you complete CMA US. We need to discount the facts. At the beginning, fresher, you will be able to get opportunities, and earlier, maybe around 5 years, 7 years back, the employment level was low. But nowadays, big four, banks, financial institution, whether it's a private banks, whether it's a nationalized banks, whether you talk of Indian corporates, Reliance, ITC, Hindustan, Unilever, whether you talk of finance companies, I will say Accenture, then BDO, these types of companies, every type of organizations are hiring CMA US. But along with the degree, your knowledge should be there so that you can practically work, you can solve the problem of the organization. That is required. But it is a beautiful course designed by the institute, and institute is supporting all the students with all the development which is possible. From my side, we always say that I am not publicizing that I have employed this person there, because I think that that is my ethical responsibility to every student. Whether they are joining with us or not, there are so many who have not studied with me. They say that, sir, do you have any opportunity in the LinkedIn, in Facebook, in my WhatsApp message? Because numbers are there with everybody. I never am, because why I will say that you have not studied with me? If I have opportunity personally, which since taught so many students all over the world, so many corporate connection, if they connect, they give job profile, I share with everybody that you can apply here. If they will select, that's their call. They will be taking interview and they will select you. But I don't think so that is need to be publicized that I have employed this student place, this student here. It's a normal service which need to be given, because the students are in the need, they need to be employed somewhere, which I should be helping them. Because if I am not helping anybody, how the God will help me? So we need to think that that's the normal responsibility of a tutor, of an organization, to always help the student to place. But I think only one thing: if the course don't have value, if the course is not so much recognized, whether my help will be helping you to get the employment? No. If the institute is recognized, if they are developing the quality education, if they are giving you that skills, automatically the person will be employed. That's the luck that you have completed CMA US, you get the employment in 10 days. Somebody got in 2 months. You got the opportunity of, as a fresher, 7 lakh. Somebody got the opportunity of 5 lakh. That's nobody can control. My help, institute help, and your own help will be there to get the employment if you want to be employed after doing CMA US. आप वो सब टेंशन मत लीजिए, बिकॉज अगर आप पढ़ रहे हैं, आप में दिमाग है, तो दुनिया आपको नमस्कार करने के लिए रेडी है. आपके पास वो स्किल होना चाहिए जिसकी जरूरत मेरे को है, तो आपको एम्प्लॉयमेंट में मैं क्यों नहीं रखूंगा? तो आप वो टेंशन मत लीजिए कि एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिलेगा कि नहीं. कोई भी प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफाइड पर्सन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं है, अनएम्प्लॉयड नहीं है, सबको एम्प्लॉयड है. सेटिस्फाइड 90% नहीं है, because we should never be satisfied with whatever we are getting. We should always be thinking, ambitious person should be there, that I should be getting better. But employment are there, you will be getting help from Saraf Academy, you will be getting from the institute regularly. That is not to be publicized that I will be helping you in the employment. You need to take your call, what you want. As I said, everybody who are offering the training classes are good. Why only I am? Everybody. You need to take your call where you should be going if you want training classes. If you don't want, then you should be doing self-study. The self-study is also possible. There is no problem. You need to be committed to study, then the result will come. And Rest assured about your future career by doing CMA US. You don't have to take tension. Everything is done by the institute so that you will be getting opportunities in life. So that's, in nutshell, I can say about CMA US. I'm not sharing any screen because since it is creating problem with so many screens I am using for that reason. Even YouTube live is going on for that reason I'm not. But in nutshell, I can say this is CMA US. If anybody has any specific question, you just wait for 5-7 minutes because we have dignitaries or alumni, our Mr. Raghavan. He scored in part 1 last term 450. So I am requesting him, or you can say that he will be able to share his views about CMA US, why he did CMA US, and what is the important thing need to be taken care of to give the exam, to pass the exam. What is the important thing? Maybe he will be saying about Saraf Academy or not, doesn't matter. But genuinely, Mr. Raghavan, what is your view that what the students should be doing, whether they should be doing or not, CMA US, what benefit they will be getting, and if they are interested in doing, how can they study, how can they score 450 like you, what should be followed, what should be the course of action that a student will be getting fruits from the CMA US. So Raghavan, over to you. You can unmute yourself and help the students. You can start your video also, if you can. Yes, maybe in YouTube it is not going because it is not connected with Raghavan YouTube, but in YouTube everybody will be able to see here. Okay? Okay, thank you Raghavan. Just say, help us.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction, and really appreciate to invite me for this program as well. Like you said, whatever you have said is absolutely perfect about CMA, because this is one degree, one professional degree which any graduate who wants to have a professional degree at the earliest can put a little effort and get through an internationally recognized professional qualification, which can really help them grow up their ladder at a very fast pace. We have just, this becomes a very good launching pad for every person who wants to grow in their career at a very fast pace. So primarily, why I joined CMA was because while I was, I'm a qualified chartered accountant, which I qualified recently. I found while I was working in the organization in the Middle East, top management require people to support them, to provide decision making, to give them decision making information, analytical information, so that they don't have, management doesn't have much time to go through numbers or analyze things for to come to a decision. So they need down the line management accountants and professional accountants to give them the right information, concise information, relevant information, so that they can take the right decisions. So this kind of qualified management accountants provide a very good support. So when I was handling my profile, so the knowledge of what CMA has given is absolutely the right kind of knowledge, which really gels with the requirement of what we need practically. So when I joined this course, so I was trying to search through the internet to find a suitable learning support provider, so that I could continue my journey for CMA. So while I was searching through Google, I came across Saraf Academy. My initial search was to do Diploma IFRS, which was the go-to course for everybody in the Middle East, because right now IFRS is the most relevant qualification people were looking for. So I thought I will do that IFRS because that gives a added advantage for chartered accountants or any financial accountant. But when I saw through the ACCA website about Saraf Academy, so I went through Saraf Academy website, and there I saw particularly, Prakash, your first video, where I think you were explaining about, I think, standard costing. And when I was to So, so I used to skip that particular subject, or I knew what it was, but somehow I never used to and get around what it was. And when I went through your explanation of the concept with one problem, I think I got the whole standard costing in my control.
Okay,
And
good.
that gave me a confidence. Okay, this the academy, Saraf Academy, can the conceptual clarity or the information that I require to get through, to understand and get through my CMA journey. So three things I was actually looking at when I was starting off with a service provider or a learning support team who can support me in my CMA career. The three things were primarily, first was I didn't have time, so time constraint was there. The second thing I was looking was the relevant, from a relevant information, relevant study subjects from an examination standpoint. And the third thing was when, even though I study from an examination standpoint, whatever I learned should be practically applicable. So all these three things, when I joined the course through Saraf Academy, to be honest, very honest, all these things were actually came in line, because I wanted to complete, my target was 8 months. So 1 year actually, my target was 1 year. So I thought from the first video, I think you keep reiterating in every video classes that I have gone through your class, you keep reiterating the process of study, which is very, very critical. 2.5 hours every day. Morning I used to spend my time 2 hours, 4:30 to 6:30, literally to go up to 7. So 2.5 hours every day. And then evening I used to just come back home after office and spend half an hour, 45 minutes just to revise what I did in the morning. So this I did continuously for 90, I think 1.5 to 3 months, 2.5 months regularly. And discipline, that is very critical. And then going through every video a couple of times, 2-3 times, just to make sure I understand the concept, and then write down that, and then do the problems practically myself without looking at any of the solutions. Because like what I believe is exactly what you have been saying, is see, we can look at people trying to swim, we can go through videos of learning how to swim, or we can learn through journals. We know the conceptual understanding what is about swimming, but until we dive into the swimming pool or into a river, we won't know how to swim. So we need to do all the problems ourselves, and then when you see those problems where mistakes you have done, you are practically enforcing the concept inside you. So you will normally know, and anybody who sticks to this routine with 100%, I believe they should clear without any difficulty. So like I said, the three important things, the most important things from what I got from from Saraf Academy is primarily I study. I could have learned it myself. It would have taken me at least 3.5 years to complete the course. Honestly, because the course is huge. You can keep learning, you don't know what you are learning, you might be lost too much. So when you have a team who is providing you to learn only the relevant things from an examination standpoint, and also the conceptual understanding is so clear, because you hardly miss out any point which is not relevant to examination and not practically relevant. So that takes care of every aspect of the learning from a holistic learning. So that is the primary reason why I joined Saraf, and I also the CMA career to complete my my goal of achieving more professional degrees and grow up in the ladder, which I have got a couple of targets set for myself, which I hope I can achieve.
Good. Fantastic. Actually, after hearing you, it's look like that I'm saying. You are not saying I'm saying. Because I say from the first class only, you follow this, it's my guarantee you will pass the exam. And I never focus on just doing the questions. Obviously, we have to solve the questions to give clarity to the students. But then, if we understand, then we can solve any question. There is no problem. Once the concepts are clear, We will practice questions so that we can do faster in the exam. But then if we understand the things, then there is no problem. And believe me, I'm teaching standard costing for 30 years now. It's if I am sleeping, then in my sleep, I will be able to teach standard costing. That has gone to that level. So it is beyond books. I'm not praising myself, but standard costing is something which I can take to the next standard in 3 to 4 classes only. Maybe somebody will take around 10, 20 classes, 200 hours of it, but just give me 10 to 12 hours. I can teach everything in standard costing. So you are saying that video when you see, anybody who will see, believe me, Raghavan, he don't require classes. With the standard costing, that lecture only he will be able to manage on his own. So that I am saying, the videos are not there to attract a student to do the class. They are there so that there are many who have financial issues are there. They can see the video. Now so we have made on our YouTube channel video list, CMA US videos, ACCA videos, CIMA videos, just 3 days, 4 days back only. So now you don't have to do so much research. You go on CMA US, under CMA US part 1, there will be all the videos, part 2, all the videos. Some videos, those who are 3-4 years back, that I have not included in them because the quality of the software and all that was not good at that time. So I have included just last 2018, 19, 20, 21. 4 years videos, which is around 30-35 videos, which will be able to help you to cover most of the areas relating to part 1, part 2. I'm not saying 100%, but if somebody is facing financial issues, then in that case, you see those videos, definitely they will be helping you. We never edit any class video. We always upload the video without any single editing on YouTube like that. Maybe suppose we are solving a question. Out of 5 questions, in 1 question, I am also under confusion. But I always think that when I am under confusion, I am not buffering. I am saying, why this can be the answer? Why this is not the answer? What can be the logic behind that? So that a student is not only thinking about right, wrong, but with that question, they will be able to cover 10 questions. I'm not praising myself. I'm just saying that what is my way of teaching. Okay, that student will be, if even a basic level student will be able to understand where he is facing problem. When the student raise query, before he asks, I understand what is his problem, where he is not understanding, because so many years of work experience is there that I know how to teach. That's the only thing Prakash Saraf knows. How to teach any area which I have expertise. That area I can teach very well. A student will be able to understand. They don't have to take tension. But Raghavan, just explaining the same thing in your money, by your voice, I'm thinking I'm saying that thing. So that way you have studied, and that's a full clap to you. Believe me, we are not here. We can clap, but I'm clapping for you. That fantastic study, sir. Fantastic. If you study like this again, you will be scoring 450 plus here in part 2.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
so that is the strategy. Like I told you, and one more thing I want to add, during the exams, I think almost 40%, 30 to 40% of the questions were from standard costing.
Acha. Good. And then the student, if don't know standard costing, how they will pass? Just now I am saying one student, before the session starts, a student called. He gave 3-4 times exams. Not from me. He studied on his own. And he said that, sir, this time I could not able to score in objective type 50% only. That means his essay type didn't open because he didn't score in objective type this 50% marks. So he was saying that, sir, paper was very difficult. Earlier, though, it was much better. This time he gave exam 1 day back only. He's saying that the paper was very pathetic. I don't know what he's saying, but as per my understanding, his concepts are not clear.
I think that's right, because when I went through all the questions, when you know the questions initially, because I think the first part, the MCQ part, initially when I started the exam window open, I was the first 3-4 questions were, you have that jitteriness.
Yes.
You don't know what kind of questions. The first time you are writing this kind of exam. So when I saw these kind of questions, the initial 7 to 8 questions, I was
left.
not able to concentrate myself. So I think again your first video came in my help. So kept skipping all those questions.
Yes.
So I just kept the initial 10 questions, I believe, and I flagged all those questions.
Okay.
And I just started from the 11th question onwards. Things were very
Started improving.
it became very I mean, you could solve these questions even in 10 seconds. Some questions even in 10 seconds.
Yes. Yeah.
15 seconds, 20 seconds. And by the time I finished, I came to the end of the MCQs. I had, I'll be honest, very honest, 15 minutes spare time for me to go through back again.
Okay, good, fantastic. Generally, that doesn't happen. Generally, students are facing time crunch. In 3 hours, they are not able to complete 100 MCQs. Some of them are left and all that, but getting 50 minutes extra. So if anything wrong done, flagged a question can be seen again. You can improve on them. That is the reason you are scoring 450, na, sir? Because students are facing problem in 360 also.
So I think that the students should not be the people who are in the class. They should not think that I am something extraordinary. I'll be very honest. I have attempted CA for 4 or 5 times. So I am a normal guy, very average guy.
Yes,
so
yes.
The only thing what I changed myself from my previous approach is the study technique. So that is very, very important.
Okay.
The study technique, discipline, a conceptual planning.
And exam technique, which you followed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is very critical.
Good. Fantastic, Raghavan. Fantastic. Good. ठीक है, let's, everybody, if any doubt, you can ask, you can unmute yourself, you can ask your questions. The house is open for everybody, whatever your questions are there. Yes, Pushp.
Yeah, hi, Prakash, how are you?
Fine. Tell me.
Yeah, my question is, I mean, I have been following your videos since long time because I'm also preparing for CMA.
Okay.
My question to Raghavan is, what technique, because my age is almost same with Raghavan.
Okay.
So, and I can relate from the same fraternity, and since he's working in Middle East, so I have worked in Middle East, but now I'm in India.
Okay.
So I'm doing this, and we are in the same age band.
Okay.
So while doing your job,
Huh?
how Raghavan, I mean, the question is for you. How did you manage? I mean, what technique you use? Because I want to understand the technique.
Okay, Raghavan, will you? Yeah.
Mr. Pushp Singh, right? Absolutely, your question is very, very genuine. It's very, very difficult, but the only thing what you have to bring in is discipline. And how you can do that is, I will tell you my routine. In fact, I saw another video of Prakash where you had explained your routine on a daily basis.
Yes.
Your routine. So,
Yeah.
I will explain my routine, which
Yeah.
is like absolutely what Mr. Prakash has said. Everybody should have a daily routine, irrespective of the day, whether weather, forecast, or whatever happens. You have to follow that routine. So my routine, day to day, is like this. So I get up in the morning at 4:30. 4:15, 4 o'clock I'll be up. So 4:15 I'll be out of my bed. 15 minutes I do a physical exercise. 15 minutes. From 4:30 to 4:45 I do a small kind of a meditation.
Okay.
4:15 and for 4:30, and then 4:45. From 4:45 I will be I'll take my I follow, like I said before, I follow a 90-91 rule, which also I got through a YouTube video. So which it says is I focus on one thing, that is the one of 90-91, and I spend 90 minutes every day, and for 90 days. So 90 days, 90 minutes, and one focus thing. So my one focus thing was CMA Part 1.
Good.
So I focused on that. So 1.5 hours, so literally 2 hours. So from 4:45 to 6:30, 7 o'clock, I'll be studying daily. That 2.5 hours is actually more than sufficient. So what I do is once I finish by 7:30, 7:15, it goes like clockwork. So 7:15, I go shower. 15 minutes I pray. 10 minutes breakfast with my wife so that she should not feel that she's left alone. And then from there on, I move to my office. So by the time I finish my office by 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, I come back. 45 minutes will be, I do a jogging, 45 minutes, and then I come back, shower and then have some lunch, dinner time, spend my time with my family so that they should not be left alone again. So by 8:30 I finish everything, my commitments with family, with office, and my rituals. And then from 8:30 to 9:15 I do a revision of what I studied in the morning.
Good.
So that gives me that read that enforces what I learned for the day. And then in the weekends, Friday and Saturday, I spend around 6 hours to revise all what I've done to past week.
Okay.
So if this routine is followed like a clockwork, I am 100% believe anybody can hear it. And I'll be honest, I'm doing this even till date now, even today, and it will continue. I think hopefully if
Yes,
everything
good.
goes well. So
Good.
I keep setting myself. I have kept some more targets with the 1991 rules, so I hope I can set those as well.
100% you will be able to.
That's good. That's great, actually.
Yeah.
Rahman, that was very much insightful. In fact, by looking at and by watching the videos of Prakash Academy, Taraf Academy, now I have made up mind. Once I clear my CMA, I'm going for CP as well. So you
Good.
keep on learning, you have the same.
Actually, there is no end for learning. We have to go on continuously increase our knowledge. That I think. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for
Good.
your answer, and
Thank
so
you.
much, Prakash. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Any doubt? You can ask any question. There is no issue. Yes, Prasant ji, boliye.
Good evening, sir. Again.
Yes.
Actually, I want to know total subjects will be 10.
12. The subjects are 12. They are divided into 2 papers, part 1, part 2.
Okay. And how many semesters will be held?
Semester in the sense the exams are there 6 months in a year. Jan, Feb, March, April, Jan, Feb, first 2 months. Every 4 months, first 2 months. So January, February, entire 2 months exam will be there. Then May, June, July, August, May, June, 2 months, entire months exam will be there. Then again September, October, November, December, September, October, entire 2 months exam will be there. So out of 12 months, 6 months, entire exams are there. It is on demand exam. Whenever you are ready, you can give exam. So students should divide the semester 4 months, 4 months. 4 months one part, 4 months another part. Maybe somebody is studying more, want to complete both the parts in 4 months, can be done. But it is slightly hectic. That I can tell.
And one more thing I would like to know, sir, Sarabji. 50% will be that is theoretical and 50% will be MCQ.
It is divided, both the part 1, part 2 each 500 marks each. In 500 marks, 75% multiple choice, 25% essay type, 75% multiple choice, 100 questions. Those 100 questions may be theory, may be numerical, but there is no calculation to be shown. But in the 25% essay type, you need to explain what you are writing. And out of that 100 questions, multiple choice and 25% essay type, a student need to score 360, 72% marks. On a standalone basis, we will think it is very high. But I always say that when we are giving exam multiple choice questions, even though you have not studied anything, you will be able to score 30% marks. Because out of 4 questions, 1 is correct. If I am doing Jai Mata Di, Jai Allah, it will be coming. 1 question will be right. So there is always a chance that 25-30% without any study I can score. So that in objective type question, the pass percentage should be higher so that they can differentiate between a normal and a student and a person who has studied. So 72% on a standalone basis will be looking high. But if the student is properly studying, it is easily achievable that way.
One more thing, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, if I want to attend the classes daily, is there some time restriction that I should join at a particular time or what?
First of all, the classes live will not be daily. It will be 2 days or 3 days in a week. One class Saturday morning, in my case, is fixed. Then depending upon requirement, other classes will be there. Okay. Now those live classes have a designed time. You have to attend at that time only. Whether you attend the live class or not, the recordings will be there with you. You can see the recordings whenever you like on one single laptop, which we always say. So you will be getting support of live class and recorded class both. And one more thing, if the student is attending live classes, Then also I say to the student, they have to do the recordings, because they will not be able to digest the concept just by doing once. They have to do it twice. Then only they will be able to digest. So live class, anyhow student has to do recordings. So you will be getting both live and recordings. You need to study regularly, but the live class will not be every day.
Okay, it is 2 to 3 days in a week.
Yes. Generally it is 2 days, 3 days very less. Maximum 2 classes in a week. Many times it is only 1 class also.
Odd day or it will be the weekend?
Saturday 1 class morning 7:30 fixed. But then the other class will be on odd day only. Now how I will manage? Yeah.
But it will be in the evening timing? So
It will be morning 7:30 a.m.
morning 7:30.
Yes, yes.
Saturday 7:30 is fixed, but odd day also it will be at 7:30.
It will be also at 7:30, because most of the students are working. We have to keep the classes live at that time when they are free. Otherwise, how they will attend? Like I am doing this webinar, why at 8 p.m.? The reason is only when those who are office goers, they will be able to attend. That's the reason. Okay? Thank you, thank you. Anybody else? Please ask. I am sitting here for your doubts only. Whatever your questions are there, you ask. Whatever confusion in your mind, anything.
Hello.
Yes, Krusali.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I would like to ask you that how would we going to know that we are ready to give exam?
If you are studying with me, then when you will be studying, maybe you are not doing live class, you are doing recordings, you will be raising some doubts. So when you will raise some doubts, I will be able to understand whether your preparation is in the right direction or not. When your preparation will not be in the right direction, definitely you will be getting advice from me that you are not studying in the right direction. Maybe you are studying, but you are not studying in the right direction. Study like that. And if you will not study, you will automatically feel that I am not ready for the exam. So you will be getting from my side personal support that whether you are ready or not. At the same time, if you don't study, never you will give exam. So it's very simple. Once you study, you are following the instructions, definitely you will be able to give exam. And I will analyze regularly whether you are ready for the exam or not.
Thank you so much, sir. One another question, please.
Yes. Why please? You ask 10 questions. Yeah.
If I'm taking sir, if I'm taking classes from you, then how would I know that I'm ready to give exam this or this time?
No. Suppose tomorrow morning I am starting the new batch for part 1. The first class is starting from tomorrow. The target will be that the student will be giving exam in June. I will be making the entire strategy tomorrow morning, how I am going to complete, what time classes, when we will do revisions and all that. And I will be making a chart that a student will study for 200 hours, then it will be more than enough. 200 hours, more than 200 hours not required. So in 4 months, 120 days, 200 hours, it is exactly less than 2 hours, you understand. So if you follow the instructions, you will be able to give exam. And when you will be attending the classes, I will be regularly asking question by naming your name. Krusali, you answer. Nobody should answer. I will pressurize you to answer in the class. Not that I am beating you, but I want that my students should be growing, should be progressing in the career, should be passing the exam, should be achieving their dreams. So that control will be there. But if you don't attend the classes, if you don't do the recordings, if you don't follow the instructions, you yourself will come to know that I should not give exam because I am not prepared. That way. Its full control is there because I am teaching for 25, 30 years. I know that how the student need to be controlled. If they support me, I can give you guarantee within 8 months I will make you CMA US IMA qualified. But you need to support me, not 10 hours study, regular study, whatever I will say.
Okay. And sir, if I'm not working professional, then how much time I need to spend
Same
for
time,
studies?
same time. Even though you are not working, you need to study 2 hours, that's all. Maybe 10, 20 minutes here and there, that's other thing, but the same study. You enjoy your life, you just give your life to me for coming 8 months. How I will be controlling, you just follow my instructions, my guarantee, I will make you CMA US. I to say everybody like this only, how I will say.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Others, any query, anything to ask? So as just now I explained to Krusali, we are starting our new batch from tomorrow. Not that it is promoting that you all need to join, just an information. Ki part 1 classes are starting from tomorrow. The target is the students should be giving exam in June. By around June end, we will be starting part 2. The same thing we are doing for last 10 years, as I said. 4 months part 1, 4 months part 2, part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2, like that. It will never over till the time I am alive. It will go on like this. So always live classes will be there. Whether the student attend or not, they will get the recordings which they can see on one single laptop. And everything is explained very detailed. Every common person, below average person can understand. There are so many 10, 11, 12 students classes are there. If suppose a student is not getting confident, they will be called in those classes without any charges. That is not a promotion. If I am realizing that you are not getting the concepts, you need to taught from basics, debit, credit, from that. Then you will be coming 11th, 12th classes. I start from there, from the basics. So there is no problem. If you are ready to give commitment, I am ready to give you commitment that I will make you CMA US within 8 months. That's my guarantee to everybody. Only that I can say. And the future is very bright because the institute is doing everything so that you will be getting benefits in life by doing CMA US. Whether in job or whether in any whatever you will do in your life. That I can say. So last call, anybody has any specific query, anything to ask, any question? Otherwise, we are winding up. So, okay, thank you to all of you for giving your time and attending this webinar, because nowadays there are so many events happening online. But attending this webinar and hearing me, maybe it will be beneficial or not, I don't know. But I gave my heart and soul to explain you within 1 hour what is CMA US and all that. In future also, if any query, please connect with us. We will solve your query. There is no tension.
Hello?
Yes, Prerna. Prerna, boliye.
Yes. Actually, I joined late. I just had one question that
Yes.
since last few days, I was exploring US CPA.
Okay.
So, this is small question that what is the scope?
What is your last qualification?
CA Inter.
CA Inter. If you compare as a brand wise, then CPA US is a better brand than as compared to CMA US. Okay. And since you have completed CA Inter, so you are eligible for CPA exams. But in CPA, the efforts will be double. The number of exams are 4 and the cost will also be more than double. But then you will be getting better benefit by doing CPA US. We are having the CPA US webinar also. I forget the date, but in the next week, around 5-10 days later only, you should be able to attend this webinar. Then you can take your call. Because I am not discussing here CPA US, just that for you, since you are eligible, going for CPA US will be advisable. But the second thing, suppose for initial you are not interested in taking such risk, because it's a huge involvement of money. Whatever you studied in CMA US, 40% will be that in CPA US also. If somebody has studied CMA US, 40% of CPA is covered. So balance 60% is study required. So by giving 8 months, you will be able to complete your CMA US and then can think of CPA. When the financial risk is very high, then in that case. Otherwise, going straight away for CPA is advisable. And you can attend the webinar when we will be doing, we will be communicating to all of you. In the next week, we are lined up with CMA, ACCA. Then after that, CPA, IFRS, all webinars are there in coming 10 days. So you can attend that and you can take your call. You can attend all the webinars so that you can understand all the courses. And then you can decide what you should be doing.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for attending the webinar, for giving your precious time. And believe me, if there is any query in future, we are always there to help you. There is no tension whether you are joining our classes or not. It's fully your call, whether you are joining somewhere else, whatever. But we are always there to help you, because that is my responsibility ethically to all the students all over the world. Okay? Thank you to all of you. Take care. Good night.